We're on board with Tony Baker and Mark Hegarty at the start line. This is a passenger's eye view of the TT course, funneling between the Armco, under the footbridge and heading towards St Ninians. Keeping over to the right because it's a left turn here at racing speed. You go on board with Tony Baker and Mark Hegarty at Ramsey Hairpin. This is the problem. He is so far behind the race leader on the road and going through the timers, and they're racing the clock, not each other. So we really need everybody through the timing position. Up on the mountain, this is Tony Elmer and Darren Marshall. That's Tony Baker, number 12. Mark Hegarty finished in 11th place on Monday. On board with Tony Baker, that's 14 ahead of them, a long way ahead of them now as they head towards the Creg. You can hear us going down and there's smoke. Well, he was leaving the braking very late. Has he got round? No, he hasn't. He's just clipped the bales and they're both on the ground there. Well, he outbraked himself. Here's John Holden and Andrew Winkle. They were 4th place. They're now down to 9th. Tony Baker was right down the order. He's now up into 5th place after all that upset. And here is John Holden with Tony Baker behind, heading home in 5th place. The change in weather has been a blessing, and more than that. 17 coming to the line. Tony Baker with one of the very few women ever to race around the TT course on the chair, and that's his daughter, Fiona Baker Millington. She's swapped from her usual ride to do this last outing, I think it is, with Tony Baker on the Isle of Man, his farewell to the TT. There are several sidecar riders who are saying goodbye to racing this year. They've stuck it out for the centenary. Everybody wants a piece of history, but this will be the last for a number of them. And that sounds... Yep, it's all over for Tony Baker. That's it. You can see the puzzlement on his face. It stopped. And they are out of the unit. Fiona shakes her head and it's finished.